Hello and welcome to the morning meeting. My name is Jimmy, founder of Jomboy Media. I'm here with Maddie Mass. We're in a different room than we usually are, and it might be a little bit of a tidier episode because it's wild card week in Major League Baseball, which changes our schedules up a ton, and been doing a lot. I got a lot done today already, even though I slept in. Well, I went to bed at 3 a.m., so I don't know if it's still called sleeping in.
Probably not at that point.
And I had to do a bottle with Claire at 5. So, but it's fun. We streamed for 7 hours yesterday, 8 hours, maybe 7 because we got a little late going. We're streaming again today, although I'm not going to be on that. I'm going to be making videos in the background. We got a real meeting in 40 minutes. So this is the morning meeting before another meeting before 3 o'clock playoff baseball games.
Yep.
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, a good start to the day so far. Planning a lot of the get ahead before that last week of the year.
Yeah.
So far that's been going well. So can't complain.
Does it seem like it's going to be easy to do?
I think so because we have so much time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're 2 months and 1 week of work in 2 months.
Yeah, we're aiming to give the whole company the week of in between Christmas and New Year's, that dead week off. So Maddie's being tasked with just making sure we can like slowly add a extra record here as we get there so that we don't miss any releases and there's no binge. You know, like you don't want the week before to be now you got to work double.
No.
So it's actually awesome because you built this for a different situation where we needed to kind of like slowly change stuff. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Jake and I have needed someone to do that for us for years because whenever we try to take a week off, it just means the week before is fucking hell. Crazy, yeah. And the week after is hell.
Also hell, yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if this vacation's worth it because it's got to be bookend by 100-hour weeks.
Yes. No, so, that won't be the case.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We'll keep it moving on this episode just because we don't have as much time as normal. But the first thing that we got to hit on is Blitz because that just happened a few days ago on Sunday, live at Billy's. A ton of work went into that. A lot of that work was after our last morning recording, but seeing everything pay off the way it did, we had 0 tech hiccups on Sunday, which was awesome. I'm so grateful for that. What was your vantage point throughout that day? What stuck out to you the most?
Just how good the energy was from our whole crew. Like everything was polished. Everything looked really good. It looked like we are professionals, right? Like I thought the signage looked really good. When you walked into Billy's, you had the sign-up table with decor, and then the little foyer area by the bar had the merch table, the photo booth, people greeting you, things to do. The drink menu was drinks named after the teams.
I didn't even know that was happening.
That was Joey and Bill collabed on that. I didn't know that was happening either.
Yeah.
So like every aspect of the event for the people there, I think came off very polished and very well put together and just like it was done with thought. Someone asked me like, did we hire a freelance company or did we hire an event company to help put this on? I said, no, I don't want to do that. I always try to DIY. Let's learn it so we can do it ourselves, which we did. And we've been practicing. And then the lights looked really good. The fencing looked really good. Like exactly what I kind of had in my head as the vision is exactly what we had. The PA was a last second change. So, I mean, there's like a handful of things that I think we learned to do better next time and change. But I thought it came off like we were a company that has done this a bunch before. It was so polished. And for the people that did show up, like a lot of our diehard fans showed up. Some people flew from California. People flew from Seattle, Wisconsin. So
Florida.
So appreciative of that. A lot of people drove up from Philly.
Yep.
All ages.
Every age.
Literally all ages. I think it would probably span from 10 to 75 or 65. Yeah, that like came because they are fans, which is what we aim to be. It's just like welcoming and just everyone feels like they can be part of what we're doing and putting on. So that was cool. Joe's friends
Awesome.
helped out a ton playing the instruments.
Might need to be at every warehouse event.
Yeah. Or like the learning is, okay, if we didn't have them, I would have probably went to Mikey and been like, dude, you need to get organ. We need to get like dun 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 dun. Or like ba-da-da-da-da.
Sure.
Like we would have needed to generate some
Yeah.
cheer starters because stadiums do that.
Yep.
And I think next time we need someone emceeing the whole thing.
I completely agree.
So that was the last second kind of change and not fully thought out
Yep.
situation. Yep. So I think there's learnings, which is good. You always need to walk away and have it. But my favorite part is that like when we wrap and the crew walks out onto the field and everyone shakes hands and everyone in that moment, from my perception, was very proud of what we did as a team.
Definitely.
And that is the best part of putting on like those events or pushing the envelope and trying to do new things and all do it together. So yeah, it's got a really good energy and good feel to it, the warehouse and the event. And I'm super grateful that people came. I think we had 159 people there that came, plus crew and all that. And it was fun.
It's a lot of fun. Colin Fay asked on the last morning if this is going to be like a repeat event.
It would maybe be, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not, again, it's a lot of work and the way, like, it still is very beneficial to film the big tournaments how we do. So we'd have to create events around this. And yeah, eventually I want to be able to drop our warehouse, like, and put on tournaments at a bar, a convention center, and we're going to slowly learn how to do that. But I don't think we'd ever be like doing it a ton, maybe twice a year.
Yeah, I think that was like next year we have it planned. So it will be repeated. This is not just a one and done. Yeah,
basically the way I always try to look at anything we do is all I'm trying to build is like hallways that lead to 12 other doors, and we have options. So if that's the best path to take the warehouse, is we need to do some big events in different areas, and we can go to different cities for like once a year and do like a weekend where we play and host it like that. Then let's make that an option as we grow. Or is it Billy's every year and that's a staple or whatever? One of the big picture things was going down to Florida and putting on an event right before spring training or before with a bunch of other baseball creators. But I don't know. Like right now, I saw the volleyball tournament called King of the Sand or King of the Beach. And they have these scaffolding stands that are like 3 stories high, and they just square off the volleyball court. 3 stories, they just drop that scaffold. It's probably so expensive. But for me, I saw that and I was like, oh shit, we can recreate the pinball effect of the warehouse, and the fans are literally in the walls of the event because they're in the scaffolding, and you can put little like tight netting or so the ball can still bounce around or whatever. It's probably so expensive, but that allows us to be like, let's rent this park for cheap and then put the scaffolding and play. For sure. And it takes the wind out of it. And maybe we can put like, a ball and play game or whatever. Because if we can recreate the walls, we can recreate whatever we do. But that's way down the line. I think we'll try to do more live events. But I don't know the regularity of them. Sure.
Just to tie a bow on a few other warehouse bits of news that have popped up over the past week. Rotten's second for Blitzball Battle 4 was announced on socials.
Yeah.
Marshall.
Much to my dismay.
You wanted just to be announced closer to release.
I want to be, and I don't blame Kyle. He got excited and he announced it, and it's good. And I want to announce that, but I'm going to try and have a whole meeting with marketing and social and build out a schedule. I want to be more fun about how we deliver news. So like next year, the whole outlook is different. We have like, it's so much more structured next year. So there's a standard 8 teams in every tournament, and people that have listened in the morning have heard this. And there's 2 different leagues that'll be going on. So my plan is that like each tournament, I want to okay, hey, let's do like schedule announcement posts, and then all right, the tournament starts February 18th, 2 weeks before February 14th. let's like do a teaser where it's like it's coming. And then like, 3 days later drop, the rosters and then the jersey reveals and then, and just like a cascading. And then eventually like 3 days before the big trailer. So I have to have that meeting with Kenny and Kyle and map it out. But that's, so I had a plan to like do like team announcements. And also, he's with Trev just for a BB4, and then Trev's going to get a permanent second on Rotten for the rest of the year.
Yep.
In the other 3.
So outside of the like announcement aspect of it, what is your like excitement level for Marshall to be Trevor's teammate? Are you worried?
No, I'm excited to see what side of Trev we get, because people are who they are, and then they are who they are with their family. And Trev's little brother.
It is his little brother, not his older brother.
No, Trev is the little brother, I believe.
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
So you think we're going to see a completely different Trev than what we've seen?
No idea. Sometimes the dynamics change when, okay, he's your big brother, and Marshall, I have no idea. Trev says he's a teddy bear, but what if he's just like, shut up, little bro. What if he treats Trev like that? Never seen that before. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think, like, does this change your mindset going into Blitzball 4? Are they the favorites in your mind? Or?
No.
They're not the favorites.
No, Marshall hasn't played.
I think he has. I think Trev's already given him Blitzballs.
I think they want to get him Blitzballs and stuff. But no, I don't think they're the favorite. I don't know who they're playing. I know who they're playing, but I haven't looked it up yet.
But realistically, they have a chance at taking the thing home?
Yeah, Trev can carry people.
Okay. The other tie the bow on warehouse aspect that I wanted to touch on, our Floorball social has started to go out.
Yeah, so this was a first big effort. Really kicked off by Rose. It was like, we need to get, you need to send packages out to these players and these guest players so they have stuff to post. So he kind of kept saying that. And then I put together a group to do it, editors, and then Taylor Jackson has been the lead on the whole project. And it's still going to continue. But each player has 20-second hype video. And then we sent them out to kind of like blitz the internet yesterday about like everyone that was in it. It seemed fun. It seemed like a lot of... and then it comes out October 12th. And we have some really fun training videos beforehand.
Yeah, those are going to start dropping tomorrow and then next Sunday, I believe. So that's stuff to look forward to. But yeah, I enjoyed every scroll on Instagram. I was getting somebody else's.
Yeah, it was cool. So. Did you see that the Ronnie's edit of the championship game, just switching the replays out for high quality replays?
Yeah,
took them half a day.
Yeah.
So that's how we're going to try and edit the C League.
Yes, the C League.
So that's exciting.
Just another quick note. We talked about it on the last morning, but the final Boone ep has now been recorded and gone out. Any thoughts there that you didn't share with him on air at the time?
No, he said he'd stop by. He said, like, I'll hop on with you if you guys need it. Maybe he was being nice.
Yeah.
Or he wanted to get out of like, yeah, well, this is the last time we're talking to you. We need to get all the info. So he closed with a nice parting words and saying he had a good time and enjoyed us. And yeah, as difficult as it was in the middle of the season, I talked about how like it wasn't that fun because they were so bad. I started listening more down the stretch to his post-game press conferences to see what he's talked about, what he's not. And I couldn't even get through them because they're just so nothing. He just like talks and then they're not conversational. And I started to really see like, even if you think he's bullshitting us or you think he's being very guarded or you think we're being too pokey, whatever you think, it's a much different conversation than you're hearing him have about his managing philosophy or the Yankees philosophy anywhere else. And I didn't know if we were truly doing that for a while because I felt like he was really guarded and we were really like poking because we were upset.
Yeah.
But I did come away with that. I do think we offered insight that nowhere else has kind of really gotten in the baseball world. The way the conversations flowed more so as a conversations and being able to be like, well, and talk openly back and forth.
Sure. No, I think it genuinely is a testament when people say, I'm not a Yankees fan, but this is like must-see content. I think that speaks to they're not watching the post-game press conferences, but they'll watch that. The big topic that I wanted to try to tackle is JM Entertainment. We spoke about this briefly leaving the office the other day, but I really just want to brain dump what we think that channel looks like moving forward. Obviously, the new radio show will go out on that channel in starting next week. Knock on wood. What if we're sitting down and doing a genuine brainstorm session where no idea is a bad idea? Where does your brain go for JM Entertainment? What do you want to see on that channel?
I'm not sure. I like the JM Live, so they're going to go, and it's going to be a slow build. Canobio and Joe's are going to be live for 2 hours on Tuesdays, and then they're going to pull other people in.
Yep.
But what we're going to do there is it builds something on that channel, a live feed for 2 hours once a week, and then we can grab a ton of shorts, cover topics that are trending, that are viral, have funny moments, and put those out on the YouTube as shorts, which is like how you grow YouTube channels right now. So if they can catch some topics, catch some funny banter, it's a good just kind of like dipping our toe in to it. So I think I think that helps out with the rush of like, what is this? What does it need to be?
I agree. The thing that you mentioned when walking to the train was, I think you asked, did we abandon board games too quickly? And that's one where...
Did we just have the format wrong? Is like kind of where my brain went. Like we
too.
tried to do it like The Warehouse, where you have like 10 episodes and you dump them out, and it's like, maybe that's not the best way to do that style content that works well in The Warehouse. And then did we abandon the whole concept too quick? Because like people liked code names, and I also think that the code names would make for amazing shorts. Like I think we could take our shorts editors right now, go back to the old code names, and see, like what we've learned now about how to edit specifically for YouTube shorts and TikToks, and find moments that really are hilarious. Because we were kind of just doing clips, not like re-editing for people that have no context of the bigger picture at all. But that format of 10 games and like having to follow probably sucks. Where like if we can get guests to come in and just do like a mini tournament and edit it like crazy, like in one video, or just one like super game. Maybe there's a better way to do it, because I do think that's a fun way to get content and get people like to come in and do stuff with us that have their, like that was a success. We got people, hey, want to come do this with us? And they were like, yeah, I don't need to know baseball or trivia or whatever. Like, yeah, I can play a stupid game with my friends.
For sure.
So that was part of the, what we're aiming to do. Like part of our goal for the whole year was to build platforms to host guests. And we have succeeded in the baseball realm. Like all of our baseball player guests that come through, we have specific homes for them now, which we didn't have last year. And we built a couple that for non-baseball players, we've had boxers come through, we've had basketball players come through. So, so that's one thought, is I don't think should like abandon those completely. I think we should try to rework a format. And then I really don't know though. But I think the biggest thing is we can't rush it. And the bigger thing is if we ever expand our creator team again, you'd need someone to really like be in the pop culture game or the entertainment game, not like sports, and like and like have an audience or something, and like that's their voice, or they run with it. Like Jolly and Rose and Trev really helped Jam Baseball find its final form. We don't have someone doing that for Jam Entertainment. That's a creator. Like it was you. But that's tough, because then you're coming up with ideas the creators maybe don't love, and then that's not going to work out.
Yeah, I was watching the Colin and Samir that dropped the other day, and that's what they said. They were like, I, as a creator, don't want to do things that I don't want to do. And like,
oh yeah, so 100%.
It seems so
it transcends
elementary, but it comes through in the video so clearly when I'm coming up with ideas that I think are good, and now I'm forcing you to do them. Like very obvious.
Jake's the best at that.
Faking it?
No,
Oh.
doing it and doing it in a way where he shines. Like, but that's kind of a very hard thing to do. Like, if I'm not into it, I'm not going to be good at it. Where like, I talked about this the other day. The first watching Finders Keepers, Jake was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, what? Like, really, Jim? And then he's so funny in it.
Yeah.
And when he dribbled across Manhattan,
he didn't want to do that.
He didn't want to do that. And then he's so funny in it.
Yeah.
And he like did it. So he's really good at, and that's how Jake has always been lived his life. He's like up for anything kind of guy.
Yeah.
And then he can put his charisma and personality into it. But it's very rare. Like that's something that he's got that I don't have.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Room to brainstorm there. A question.
I hopefully we run into shorts and just like play that algorithm, and that helps grow it a little bit and helps us find a little lane. Just gives us a couple more learnings or whatever.
Yeah, I just want to figure out some kind of lane. This is one of the bigger things on my to-do list coming up now that JM football, JM baseball kind of in the right spot. Luke tossed the idea around of copying JM baseball for JM football seems to kind of be working. Like, let's just do that for entertainment. And I was like, I feel like we kind of did that. Like, that's what JM entertainment sort of was before.
Wordle.
Yeah.
Was like the start of it.
Yeah. And Wordle worked while Wordle was hot, but
yeah. You don't always have those things.
But we also did trivia-esque shows on JM Entertainment for a little bit, and they didn't get the views that.
What kind of trivia?
Tortilla Slap was a trivia-based contest.
Yeah, that just looked bad.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Luke said. He was like, well, the optics are different because when you're sitting in that room, it just doesn't feel the same as Studio 2 or whatnot. So
yeah, no, I agree. And like that we could have done those better, and we could have filmed them for shorts and really.
Yeah.
But we can dip. I think we have to just not be scared to just try things there.
Yeah, we're not going to get them all right.
Yeah.
So 2 questions more from the last YouTube video. Michael Cahill asked, "Is Girls & Co. still going? Haven't seen an ep in a little while." I included this because it's coming back next week.
Yeah, Paxton's been doing interviews with all the women floorball players, and those are coming out. And then I'm pushing Pax to do a ton more on that. That's like not the full podcast, but just 10-minute hits on whatever she wants to talk about, which is a scary proposition a little bit. Like
for her,
for anyone, that hasn't for anyone, but to sit in front of a camera and be like, I'm going to talk about this, and no big hook or big like angle, because those are all kind of like crutches that like sometimes they help, but sometimes they're just there because you're too nervous to be like, yo, I really like this song, I want to tell you about it. And I was like, and my sister Courtney always was like, how are you comfortable doing that to me? And I don't know why. I think because I started really going at it when I was 20, I was older, and I was like, fuck this is my last hope to like try to start doing something my own creative. Because when I like got the 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 followers on Twitter, I was like, yep, music podcast started, movie podcast started, history podcast started, social norms podcast started. The show Outlander started a podcast. The show Glitch started a podcast. Anything I was consuming at all, I did snack reviews.
Yep.
Anything. I was like, I'm going to sit in front of the camera and talk about this.
Yep.
And whatever picked up steam stayed, and whatever didn't left,
Yep.
So, but that was because I was just in such a place of like, oh my God, I have 1,000 people. And that's so little. Like, follow me on Twitter. I need to maximize this. And that's like, was my mindset for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's very like weird. Like when you do solo shows, it's weird. But I have found that I think I do well in that format now because I'm so comfortable. Like the morning show, and even Talking Baseball, the old morning show when I was just by myself, and even Talking Baseball's 3 things that I do now. It's just me on the computer talking to myself and like presenting stuff. And I kind of like that for him. But it's very weird to do.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to push Paxton and just like help her out. Like, come to grips. Because I think once you're comfortable doing that, you are more comfortable doing anything.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely true.
So it's more just like, hey, get across this barrier and just be fine with it and be like comfortable, because then you're going to be more comfortable to go sit anywhere. That's what helped me when like all of a sudden now like I got like, the K show asked me to come sit in and all these places, and I was like, whatever. Like if I can sit and talk to myself, I can have a conversation with others. Yeah,
for sure. That I messaged her today asking how I can help, and she's going to send me a list of some ideas that she has, and we'll go through those. So yes, to answer that question, Girls & Co is coming back. You will hear the Floorball episodes with all of the female players in this upcoming week.
Well, I will echo my response and ideas there. No gimmicks or crutches or anything.
Yeah. No, I think we're in a good spot.
Yeah.
What I suggested was like, if she watched Love is Blind, that show's coming out, just started. I will probably be watching. Emily is a fan. But she said she doesn't watch. But those type of like, hey, I'm watching this already. Let me tell you my thoughts about the episode that just dropped. Would have been great for Only Murders in the Building. Do you watch that?
I haven't watched the most recent season, but I watched the first two.
Season 3 just ended. It was good.
Yeah, you like, and season 4 got approved.
I know. Yeah, it's awesome. They finished season 3 with death going into season 4. All right. The last question here from the comments, and we've got about 10 minutes. Ansar Mohammed asked if we have ever considered a downloadable Jomboy Media app, just so that we have all of our content in one spot on a mobile device, so you don't have to go search, and there's probably channels that some people miss, and this is all in one spot.
Thought about it for sure, but no, it's not in the plans. We're working on a website. That's the goal. And Courtney's like pretty deep into that process. It'll take a while, and it's really expensive to do. Apps are expensive, and then I think they're even really expensive to upkeep. And I don't know if we are there yet. Like the website, the last like algorithm we got back from finance was that if we want to build the website we want to build, which isn't that crazy, we're not going to make back the money we put in until 8 years.
What?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, but once you get there, then
it's just green.
Then you can. It's really nice. But yeah, they're an investment and a lot of time and work, and then you need to get people to go to it and see if we can drive people. So like, yes, it would be very nice to have a website where we post all of our content, and we can, and it's. But if you want to do a good one with like, and be able to make money on it, so it's not just a giant loss, then it takes a while. So I think an app is even longer.
I agree.
So I don't think so.
I also think apps are a little bit less common nowadays than they used to be.
Yeah, I feel like they're outdated. I don't use any apps for specific content at all.
Yeah, like Immaculate Grid, for example. 10 years ago, that's probably an app. Now it's, I just have a Safari page open.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yes, Ansar, to answer that question, somewhat yes, a website is in the plans. Can you speak to the thought process and how you're viewing the success of the NFL recaps that you're doing on the main channel?
Oh, interesting. Well, I've only done 3 because I was super behind. I'm having a lot of fun with them. Like I've run into kind of like jokes and bits that I think are funny, so I'm making myself laugh. So that's good. They're a ton of work, as I said last week. So that's kind of a bummer.
Taylor Swift joke was good.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Like people are as upset. I went to the Instagram. Not you guys. Like so upset. I now want to make. I was telling Kyle this. I want to make like recap videos. Like Royce Lewis hits 2 home runs, and it's like home run in the last 5 seconds, and Taylor Swift was at the game. And just make it like the ending of like 5 in a row.
Right.
Piss everyone off. I think I want to do that because they're so mad for no reason.
What were the comments on the YouTube? Was the YouTube comments upset that you talked about it?
Well, no, because the YouTube is 10 minutes long and she's just buried. It's just that section just buried at the end. But then like we did snippet that out and put it on socials. People were sad. I don't know how they've performed. I can look at week 2 because there's enough time to look at that.
What is the new subscriber versus?
Yeah, that's what I want to look at. What's the thumbnail for week 2? Oh, Belichick. Oh, that one got claimed too. Shit. Oh shit! I had a lot of parts. I gotta be more careful. So that one did good, above average. Got 324K viewers with a 64.8 average percent viewed. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
For a 7-minute video. Well, I guess 7's kind of short, but still, it's pretty good. Audience. Not a lot of new viewers at all.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Mostly repeat. So
that's surprising. I thought there would be more new.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to like break through and get posted in like football places, I guess. But I have been enjoying it, and it scratches a different itch right now with baseball playoffs and the Cricket World Cup and MLB playoffs, football, Cricket World Cup, MLB. There's a lot that I want to cover. So we'll see how it goes. But those videos, even if like, you know, they don't do amazing on YouTube, they're doing really well on other platforms.
Yeah.
The Colts field goal kicking situation is going to get 1 million views on TikTok.
Yep.
And probably other platforms. And then like, you know, it's 10 minutes and there's probably, you know, if you really wanted to like spread it thin, probably 10 to 15 different shorts that you can make out of it. Same with like things you missed. So that we found success there by being able to scratch both itches or whatever. Just like, you know, you get a long form video that is basically a clip compilation, but it doesn't feel that way because I'm doing it in flow and moving from side to side, and then they section them all off for shorts, which really help.
Absolutely. Okay, that's all I really had to touch on.
Nice, shorter episode. We'll get back to it. We got to have another guest soon, and we can do like another big rapid fire questions if we get like a ton of like, you know, business questions and other topics that we haven't covered a ton. Because people liked that.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to keep an eye out, and you message me about it, of times when you're on other shows talking about things that, you know, last night on the live stream, you talked about the Mariners, and we don't want that just buried.
Yeah.
So hopefully morning episode or morning channel gets populated with those videos as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel. That helps. Goodbye.